So welcome to this episode of History Hunters. I'm at the Mauritania Apartments here on Rossmore Avenue in Los Angeles. This is the place where John F. Kennedy stayed when he was being nominated for president in 1960.
Let me say first that I accept the nomination of the Democratic Party.
There's the Mauritania. It's 520 and 522 Rossmore here in Los Angeles. This was designed by architect Milton Black for actor Jack Haley, the Wizard of Oz 10-man actor. Black designed many buildings in Los Angeles. He would use the naval motif designed to resemble a giant ship, the Mauritania ocean liner that set a world record for speed in 1909. This plaque reads, Original Modern Art Deco, built in 1934 by Milton Black, architect for Jack Haley, the Tin Man and the Wizard of Oz. For 4 days, John F. Kennedy stayed here. He was the nominee of the Democratic National Convention here in Los Angeles. These are the actual railings that were here way back when John Kennedy stayed here in the penthouse. He chose this place over a hotel for privacy reasons and seclusion. It was right here where he was photographed after the press found out he was staying here. And over here on these steps is where a famous photo of Kennedy was taken. And I always thought it was shot indoors with a skylight above him. Well, as you know, I've sat in a number of places where presidents have sat where Theodore Roosevelt sat on top of Glacier Point in Yosemite, and also sat right where Dwight Eisenhower sat at his childhood home in Abilene, Kansas. I'm now sitting where John F. Kennedy sat.
The obligation to devote every effort of my mind and spirit to lead our party back to victory and our nation to greatness.
The convention was actually held in Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena from July 11th to the 15th in 1960. Kennedy was nominated after battling a number of hopefuls in his party, including Senator Stuart Symington, Senator from Missouri, Pat Brown, the Governor of California, Illinois U.S. Senator Allie Stevenson, Minnesota Senator Hubert Humphrey, and of course Senator Lyndon Johnson of Texas, who eventually became his running mate. If you're wondering about the arena where Kennedy accepted his nomination, it was just outside the historic LA Coliseum, but was demolished in 2016. Built on the same spot is the open-air Banc of California Stadium.
I am grateful, too, that you have provided us with such a strong platform to stand on and to run on.
It's also been said that Kennedy's car was here, and he took the car from here off the driveway. Haley was actually living here at the time of the filming of Wizard of Oz. Him and his wife Catherine lived in the penthouse from 1934 to 1954. So Kennedy occupied the same penthouse. It's also likely that Robert Kennedy dropped by here as he was working behind the scenes to get his brother nominated, so it wouldn't surprise me. After the state delegates from Wyoming cinched the nomination for Kennedy, he announced that he was picking Lyndon Johnson as his running mate. It's likely something that he was mulling up there in that penthouse. Look like these steps have seen their better days, chipped off. Kennedy would have sat right there. That is so cool to know John F. Kennedy was right here in the summer, July 1960. Because Kennedy wanted his privacy away from the prying eyes of the media, and for the most part, they didn't know where he was staying, but they eventually found out where he was. And so to keep away from their prying camera lenses, he decided to go out and visit Marion Davies' beach house by climbing down the fire escape in the back. I also wouldn't be surprised if he snuck off to go see Marilyn Monroe that way. On the night of his nomination, either the fuses were blown or the TV went out, but he wanted to watch the nomination process, so he actually had to go downstairs to the penthouse occupied by William Garrigan, the actor, and his wife. He knocked on the door and asked if he could watch TV with them, and of course they obliged. Cool little water feature here. Adds to a peaceful ambiance here. Benches here and the M symbolizing this is the Maritania. I also read that the owner of this complex actually has kept in place a thick black telephone cord that was installed before Kennedy got here so that he could call the Kennedy compound in Hyannisport. It's an eyesore, but he wants to keep it to preserve history. So that's pretty cool. So thanks for watching this very brief episode of History Hunters. Now you know a little bit more about Kennedy's brief stay here during the Los Angeles Convention of 1960 and this very uniquely designed building.